recently had an operation, my lord.
Oh, that's
Yes. Okay. Mr. Kapula, do you own property in Malvern in Johannesburg?
Yes, I do. 81 Persimmon Street, Malvern.
81.
81 Persimmon Street, Malvern.
Uthi yebo ke yena ne bilithi khona laphana 81 Persimmon Street eMalvern.
Persimmon.
Persimmon Street eMalvern.
Can you just spell it maybe for the record?
It's a fruit. P-E-R. Yeah, P-E-R-S-I-M-M-O-N.
And when did you acquire this property?
In 1990.
Tike leli bilithi ngalithola ngo1990.
Do you live in this property?
Not anymore. I stayed there from 1990 to 1993.
Cha angisahlali khona laphana ngahlala khona ukusuka ngo1990 ukufika ngo1993.
And after that period from 1993, how was that property used?
After 1993, we used the property as a rental.
Uthi emva kwalowo nyaka ke 1993 sasebenzisa leso sakhiwo njengendawo nje yokuqashisa.
Yes, can you just describe the property in terms of rooms? How does the property look like?
The property has a main house which has 6 rooms, that is 5 rooms and a kitchen. And then there's 2 outside rooms. One of them was a garage before.
Tike le sakhiwo lesike sinamagumbi awu6. Ngamanye amazwi ke kulamagumbi awu6 elilodwa lalamagumbi ikhishi. Kanti ke ngaphandle kukhona amagumbi awu2 room engaphandle. Kanti ke kulamagumbi awu2 enye yalamagumbi bekuyi garage phambilini.
Is it correct that in mid-January 2015, a certain incident occurred regarding the rental of the property?
Yes, indeed. In January 2015, I was called by a caretaker to say there's people who are interested in a room that was empty at that point.
Kanti ke kukhona isigameko esenzeka ngoJanuary 2015 kukhona lona ke onakekela isakhiwo khona lapha icaretaker wangifonela ke okanye wangibiza mayelana ke nokuqashiswa ke kwegumbi lapho.
Yes.
And advised me that those people were around for me to meet.
Wase ke uyangitshela ukuthi labo bantu sebekhona bafisa ukuthi bazohlangana nami.
Yes.
And indeed we met outside on the pavement.
Ngempela sasiyahlangana ke ngaphandle kwesakhiwo khona laphayana kwe pavement
At the gate.
Sengasho nje egate.
Where?
In front of the property.
Ngaphambi kwalesakhiwo.
Yes, just for record purposes, just state the exact location where you met.
81 Persimmon Street, Malvern.
Shuthi ke ileyona iyo ke le ndawo esahlangana kuyo i81 Persimmon Street eMalvern.
Yes.
We discussed their proposal and what I would need for them to move in.
Sase ke siyaxoxisana ke mayelana ke neziphakamiso zabo. Ngabatshela ukuthi mina ngizodinga ini kubona ukuze bakwazi ukuthi bayongena kuleso sakhiwo.
And who were these people?
It was a couple.
Abantu engikhuluma ngabo ke ungabantu abahamba bobabili. The hand of accused number 3 is up, my lord.
Yeah, here After this witness has given evidence, keep that question for your counsel.
awubambe lo mbuzo bhuti yezo
You'll have a chance to ask through your counsel whatever you want to ask.
uzokhuluma naye ummeli wakhe.
Yes, he said,
Hello?
He says
That's not the procedure, sir.
akusiyona indlela okusetshenzwa ngayo mfethu ne. Awulinde kancane uzokwazi ukuthi ukhulume nommeli wakho. Ungakhohlwa leyo nto obufuna ukuyisho. Yazwakala bhuti. Thank you,
yes,
Lordship.
yes, he said it was a couple. Yes, who are they?
At that point, I didn't know who they were.
Ngaleso sikhathi ke labantu ababini bengabazi ukuthi obani njengoba ngithi bekuyicouple okanye abantu abahamba bobabili.
Yes, but after meeting them, did you establish as to who they were?
We didn't. We just established that they needed a room and that they were going to stay in that room.
Besingakazi ukuthi nge obani labantu konke sikwaziyo thina ke okanye sakwazi ngaleso sikhathi ukuthi abantu abadinga ke indawo yokuhlala.
And is there any of those persons present in court today?
Yes, indeed, there is.
Yebo ngempela lo muntu ke okanye omnye walabo bantu ukhona khona la enkantolo.
Who is it?
There's a gentleman that has just recently lifted his hand.
Yilo mlisa ke osanda ukuphakamisa isandla sakhe nje khona la enkantolo.
Do you remember his name?
I didn't at the time. I did later when I had to testify. Is Mr. Mnu.
Ngaleso sikhathi ke sokuhlangana kwami naye bengingamazi igama lakhe bengingalazi kodwa ke ngithe mase kumele ngize ngizothula ubufakazi la enkantolo ngase ngiyathola ke ukuthi ungu Mr. Mncube.
Yes, we'll come back to this point. Yes. Now, who was with him?
It was a lady, an African lady. It was a couple.
Kwakhona ke umuntu wesimame abehamba naye umuntu omnyama ngamanye amazwi.
Yes.
We agreed terms. I told them how much we needed.
Savumelana ke ukuthi imigomo ithini ngabatshela ukuthi sizodinga amalini ke baqashisela.
Now, with whom did you negotiate?
The man was the one who was speaking. The lady was quiet, but she was there.
Nanoma ke lo wesimame bekhona khona lapha yana umuntu bengixoxisana naye okanye okuyena obekhuluma kwaba ilomlisa.
Yes, just refer to him by his surname, just to avoid
Oh,
confusion.
Mr. Mnu.
Yes.
Yebo uthi ngikhuluma ngaye ubaba uMncube.
And what were the terms of the agreement?
The terms were that there was indeed a room that was empty,
Imigomo kwaba yona ke leyo ukuthi
that was available.
isiqiniseko sokuthi igumbi lalikhona futhi ke lalikhona ukuthi lingasetshenziswa.
But I did say to them that since it was the middle of the month, it didn't make sense to me that they should move in at that point.
Ngasho ke kubo ukuthi ngoba ke sasemaphakathini wenyanga ngathi kubona ke akwenza umqondo ukuthi bangavele bangene ngaleso sikhathi.
That they would move in at the beginning of February.
Ukuthi ke bazocela ukungena ngaphakathi okanye bathuthele ngaphakathi kulelo gumbi makucala ke uFebruary.
Just a minute. If you say it was in the middle of the month, which month and which year?
It was around the 15th or so of January. I'm not quite sure, but it was mid-month,
Which year?
2015.
Futhi ke mangithi beku ngaphakathi nje besemaphakathini wenyanga bengaba khona lapho nge-15 zika January 2015. Anginaso ke isiqiniseko kahle kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi bekusenje emaphakathini wenyanga.
This agreement that you're referring to, was it in writing? Was it verbal?
It was verbal. It wasn't in writing at all.
Kanti ke ukuvumelana kwethu ke kwaba ke ukuvumelana okomlomo azange esibhale lutho phansi.
And can you remember what the amount of the rental was?
If I recall, it was around 1,600 rands per month.
Uma ke mangikhumbula kahle ke mangaphosisi imali befanele ukuthi azoyikhokhela yerent beku 1,600 rand ngenyanga. 1,600 rand ngenyanga.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then we parted ways at that point
Sase siyahlukana ke ukusuka lapho
because I believed we were in agreement that they were not going to move in at that point.
kanti ke ngase sengikholelwa ukuthi sase sivumelene nokuthi ke ngeke baze bakwazi ukuthi bangene ngaleso sikhathi ngakulelo gumbi elalikhona.
And often we would speak to people and they wouldn't come back, so it was nothing unusual.
Kanti ke sivamsileke ukuthi sikhulume nabantu kube nokuvumelana okuthizeke ukuthi mhlambe bazongena kodwa ke uthola ukuthi akukho nje okwenzakalayo into esijwayeleke leyo.
You say you're in front of the property as you were discussing. Did you perhaps show them the room?
I didn't show them the room.
Ngoba besilapha khona lapha yana kuleso sakhiwo azange ke ngeke ngibabonise igumbi leli engangikhuluma ngalo.
Yes.
But I knew that they had been to the room because my caretaker told me the people were interested in the room.
Kodwa bese sengikwazi lokho ukuthi bake balibona lelo gumbi ngoba lona ukhetheke okanye obheke indawo khona lapha wangitshela ukuthi labo bantu abebedinga ke igumbi okanye indawo yokuhlala
Yes.
bahamba baya khona bayolibona lelo gumbi.
Yes, you established that they had seen the room. Yes.
Yes. Then, not too long thereafter, a day or two later, the caretaker informed me that these people.
A caretaker made a report to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, caretaker reported to me.
Mhlambe usuku okanye insuku eziwu2 emva kwalokho kwaba ukuthi ukhetheka uyakwazi ukuthi angilethele report ethize.
Now, what did you do as a result of this report of the caretaker?
He indicated that this.
It's fine. You don't need to disclose the content. What did you do as a result of that report?
I gave them the go-ahead and I collected the rent.
Ngase ke emva kokuthi ngisithole leso sibikezelo siqhamuka kulona ukhetheka ngabavumela ukuthi bangangena kuleso sakhiwo ngase ke ngithatha nemali yerent kubona.
They paid the full rent for January.
Bakhokhela ke imali ephelele kaJanuary.
But
Did you go to the premises to meet with them?
no, I went to take the money at the gate again. They moved in because they already had their things.
Yeah.
Manje azange ngiye kangaka ukuthi ngiyohlangana nabo ke kulelo gumbi kodwa ke ngaya khona lapha negateini ukuthi ngiyothatha imali kubona ngoba bese sebengenile usho ukuthi impahla zabo bese sebeyifakile.
So you received a report from the caretaker. Sorry.
Sorry, there's a correction there.
They hadn't put their goods in yet, but they had already discussed that with the caretaker.
Oh, my apologies, my lord. This was not my fault. Uthi ke bebengakaze ba ngaleso sikhathi bebengakafaki impahla zabo ngaphakathi kulelo gumbi kodwa ke amahlelo ebesenziwe phakathi kwabo nalona ke ukhetheka.
Can I also add that our practice was that people would come into the room would be empty. The rooms were kept empty, and when somebody left, we would clean, and somebody else would move into a clean, empty room. Only black points and the paint on the wall remained.
Manje ke indlela esivamse ukusebenza ngakhona ke ile ukuthi igumbi uma ngabe lingena umuntu ngaphakathi seli cleaniwe ke kanjalo ake sithi umuntu ke wangena ngaphakathi wasuyaphuma lelo gumbi liyo cleanwa amabonda ke ayawashwa okanye ayaenzwa ukuthi abe ahlengeke futhi izinto mhlambe ezisalayo yiwo ama plug points kanjalo.
Yes. just, for the sake of sequence, now after receiving this report from your caretaker, what did you do?
I allowed them in.
Yes, but you mentioned that the money was paid there in front of the property. Did you proceed to the property after receiving the report from the?
I did.
Yebo ngike ngaya khona laphana ke kuleso sakhiwo njengoba sengishilo ke ukuthi imali iyatholakala khona laphayana endaweni isakhiwo.
Yes, what happened then on that occasion?
The couple moved into the house,
Yes.
into the room.
Yes, but tell us about the payment. You say you met them in front of the gate.
I received payment from the gentleman.
Yes, just call him by the name. Remember to call
Mr.
him.
Mncube, sorry.
Yebo ngayithola ke imali ukuqhamuka kubaba uMncube phambilini bese eshilo ukuthi le couple okanye labantu abebehamba bobabini owomlisa noSimame ubaba uMncube ngamanye amazwi ke bese sebengena.
Yes.
Manje ke uthi ngayithola ke imali kubona.
Yes, how much was it?
1,600 thereabout.
Uthi khona lapho imali engayithola kubona kwaba 1,600 rand.
And for which month was this rental?
This rental was for January.
Thike kwakuyimali yerent kaJanuary.
You say the original agreement was that they will move in February of 2015.
Yes.
Yebo sengishilo lokho ukuthi savumela ukuthi bazongena ngoFebruary.
Did Mr. Ncube explain as why they wanted to move in the middle of January 2015?
He didn't specifically explain why, but he said they needed to move in.
Akazange nje aphani ngencazelo nje ikhethile ukuthi yingani ebefuna ukuthi angene okanye bangene ngoJanuary kodwa ke wayevele egcizelela ukuthi bathanda ukungena khona lapha ngoJanuary.
Yes.
And they did move in.
Ngempela bangena ke ngoJanuary.
Yes. In which room did they move in?
They moved into what we call room 5, which is the room closest to the kitchen.
Bangena ke kulelo gumbi ke esingasho ukuthi room 5. Lelo gumbi ke liseduze nekitchen.
Did they move in on that day on which they made, on which Mr. Ncube made payment for the rental, or was it on a subsequent day?
Because I didn't see the truck or things, I knew that they were meaning to come in immediately. I think they moved in the next day.
The next day.
Yeah, I think so.
Ngicabanga ukuthi bangena mhlambe ngosuku olulandelayo ngoba phela ke i-truck engasho mhlambe ukuthi yona i-truck ababeyisebenzisa ukuthi mhlambe bazama ukuyongena lapha azange ngiyibone. Manje ngasho ukuthi bangena ke ngosuku olulandelayo. Yes.
Do you perhaps remember how Mr. Ncube looked like at that particular time?
Yes, I do. The only thing I remember in detail was the fact that he had dreadlocks.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ke ukuthi ubaba uNcube ubebuke kanjani ngaleso sikhathi. Kakhulukazi ke into ezikhethile ngiyikhumbula kahle ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi ke ubaba uNcube ube nama dreadlocks.
Yes, what makes you to remember this aspect in particular?
I was concerned about noise. There were two things I was concerned about: noise. The second one was the fact. The second one wasn't so much a concern. It actually it made me happy. Was that they were a couple, because the other people in the rooms were couples, and they didn't take kindly to a single male or a single female renting a room in the house.
Kanti ke kukhona nje izinto ezo2 ezazimqoka kakhulu okanye ke ebengisuke ngikhathezeke ngazo. Okokuqala ukuthi ke umsindo ngamanye amazwi uma umuntu ezongena kubhekwa leyo nto le umsindo kanti okwesibini nokuthi abantu abebekhona khona lapha yana baqashe lawo magumbi bekungabantu abahamba ke kungamakhapuli manje ngangijabuleleke leyo nto yokuthi laba babini nabo bayeza beza bebabini akusiyena umuntu oyedwa ozofuna ke ilokho njalo indawo yokuhlala khona lapha yana ngaba umlisa ohamba yedwa okanye umuntu wesimame ohamba yedwa kodwa ke lokho kwangijabulisa ukubona ukuthi laba bahamba bowu-2.
Can you perhaps expand? If you say you were concerned about the noise, what do you mean?
Yeah, with no offense to Rastafarians, I thought maybe he was going to be making noise with guitar or something, but no offense meant.
Hayi kabi ngoba nje ngangicabanga ukuthi mhlambe uyirasta mhlambe bazokwenza ke mhlambe badlale umculo wabo adlale igitha into enjalo kodwa ke angiqondile nje ukubi nje ngamarasta yilo yonto eyayenza ukuthi ngibe nokukhathazeka nje ngomsindo.
Yes, what happened after they had moved in?
They moved in and that month went smoothly, and at the end of the month, like everybody else who was in the house, they paid their rent for February.
Bangena ke leyo nyanga ke yahamba kahle njenga wonke umuntu obeqashile khona lapha yana akuphela inyanga base ke bayakwazi ukubhadala njenga wonke umuntu.
Yes.
And then somewhere in the middle towards the end of February, I was again informed by my caretaker.
Ona lapha yana ke emaphakathini ka February.
Yes.
Ngaphinde futhi ke ngalethelwa ke mhlambe ulwazi oluthize okanye isibikezelo esasiqhamuka kuye lona ke owayinakekele isakhiwo lesiyana caretaker.
Yes, you received a report from your caretaker. You may not disclose the contents thereof.
That the
Yes.
tenant,
Yeah, you received a report from the caretaker. What happened further?
I received a report from a tenant, from a caretaker, that the tenant that had come in, recently come in, had been arrested.
Ngase ke ngithola leso sibikezelo esiqhamuka kuyi caretaker ke ukuthi lo umqashi osanda ukufika useboshiwe.
In fact, he used the words he was taken out in chains. I have no
Yes.
proof of that.
Kanti ke anginaso ke isiqiniseko sokuthi waboshwa okanye ubeboshiwe ngoba into akushilo lokho akushilo nje wathi ukhishwe lapha yana ke ngamaketana.
Yes, what the caretaker told you, it's hearsay. He made a report to you, then what happened?
Then the lady who was with the gentleman continued to stay.
Kanti ke lo wesimame obehlala naye nalomlisa yena waqhubeka ukuhlala khona lapho kulelo gumbi.
She didn't leave at the same day as the gentleman. She continued to stay.
Ngamanye amazwi akazange aphume kulelo gumbi makuphuma lona ke womlisa yena waqhubeka ukuhlala khona lapho kulelo gumbi.
She stayed for, I think she paid the rent for at the end of, or somebody paid the rent at the end of February. I don't know.
Kanti ke uma kuphela inyanga ka February kukhona wabhadala irent.
By that, I mean, I don't know the source of the money, but she paid.
Kodwa ke ngisho ukuthi ke angazi ukuthi kubani owambhadalela engikwaziyo nje ukuthi yena wabhadala lo wesimanje.
You mentioned earlier on that you had to testify in a matter. Which matter was that? Without going into details.
Okay. At some point, police came to my property
Kukhona isikhathi lapho ke amaphoyisa afika khona lapha kuyisakhiwo sami
and asked me to give evidence.
bangicela ke ukuthi mangizothula ke ubufakazi.
Yeah, which case was it?
It was the Alexander case.
Kanti ke lecala ke lalibayelana ke okanye leso sicelo sasimayelana necala lase Alexandra.
Thank you, my lord. That is all.
Yes, sir. Mr. Number, before you call, Mr. Nobe, you can consult with your counsel now.
Thanks for the indulgence, my lord.
Thanks. Hello, Mr. Ramos. Maybe he's got some questions.
No questions.
No questions, huh? Okay. Yes.
As it please the court, my lord. I think there's a beautiful misunderstanding
Yeah.
that Mr. Mube has.
Oh, okay.
I think need to take time to explain to him because his concerns about the fact that the gentleman came to testify in another case
Oh,
that
I
he was
see, okay.
facing. So I think I might need 5 or 10 minutes just to take him through what this exercise is all about. It's not a train smash there, my
Yeah.
lord. I think he only needs to understand what is
You want us
happening.
to adjourn?
I would really appreciate it, my lord.
Okay, how many
That's
minutes?
just, I think it will be 10 minutes, 5 to
10
10
minutes,
minutes.
okay? 10 minutes.
And I don't know whether they put wool in the hair or something, but they were dreadlocks, they were hanging down.
Kodwa ke lawo madreads ke abemnyama angazi noma mhlambe bake bafake newool lapho ke bebophe ngewool lapho kodwa ke bekungama dreadlocks ngoba ke abelengile.
Was it for the first time that you saw him on that day?
Yes, indeed, it was the first time that I've had seen him.
Yebo ngempela bengiqala ukumbona ngalo suku.
And that was in January 2015.
Yes.
Yebo ngo January 2015.
3 months before that, you bear no knowledge of how he looked like, not so?
Okay, I don't know whether I should just answer the question or should I explain why I had to go to the case that you have just referred to a minute ago.
Angazi noma ukuthi kufanele yini ukuthi ngiphane ngencazelo yenza ukuthi okanye ezosho ukuthi isizathu esangenza ukuthi ngiye khona lapha na kule case engaya kuyo kwaba yisiphi.
No, I'm not talking about a case. I am saying in October of 2014, you have never met him and you did not know how he looked like, not so?
Okay, maybe we should go to that case.
Mhlambe kufanele ukuthi siye kuleyo case njengoba umbuzo usho njalo ukuthi mina ngibuza nje ukuthi ngo-October 2014 bungakaze umbone yini bungakaze uhlangane naye uthi ayi ngibona ngathi kungcono ke singene kuleyo case.
Mr. Kapula, understand the question.
I do.
In 2014, 26 October 2014,
Yes.
Yebo.
you do not know how the gentleman who came to your place in January 2015 looked like then, not so?
I only met him on
Yes.
16 January 2015.
Uthi ngavele ngahlangana naye okanye ngaqala ithi ngithi uthi ngahlangana naye mina nge-15 or 16 January khona lapho 2015.
Thank you. Except for the fact that he had dreadlocks, what other distinctive features did you note on him?
Male, African, shorter than me.
Okunye ke ngaqaphela ngaye ukuthi kwakuwumlisa umuntu omnyama owaye mfishanyana kunami.
What else?
I did not know him from Adam.
Cha okunye azange ngimazi ngakho.
What was his skin complexion?
I meet many people that I meet. I am no expert in identifying or in making identikits.
Manje ngiyake ngihlangane nabo ke abantu engihlangana nabo kodwa ke angisenongoti ekutheni ngikwazi ke ukwenza nalento okuthiwa yi-identikit.
So you don't remember what was his skin complexion when you met him on mid-January 2015?
He was light-skinned.
Ngo-January ke 2015 ube nombala njengathi uyakhanya wesikhumba.
In your testimony, when you were asked whether the person that you met him in January 2015, do you see him here at court? You said yes, that's the gentleman who had raised his hands. How did you identify? Why do you say it's him?
I've met him before.
Ukuthi ngize ngithi nguyena lona njengoba ke mangibuzwa ukuthi omuphi ke lo muntu lo ngahlangana naye ngikhomba umangalela wesithathu ngahlangana naye phambilini isona sizathu esakwazi ukungenza ukuthi ngithi nguye lona ke umangalela wesithathu ngephakamisa isandla ngahlangana naye phambilini.
So you identify him through his facial appearance?
It's an absolute fact that I've met him, I've seen him. He had dreadlocks at the time. I see him now.
Kuyiqiniso lokho engena izici ngaphakathi kuyona ukuthi ngeke ngambona ngihlangane naye phambilini ngiyakwazi ukumbona nje manje.
Except for the fact that he no longer has dreadlocks, what is it that makes you to say it is exactly him?
Shall I ask him to stand up? What shall I do? I can see it's him.
Yes, ask him.
Ngaze ngicela ukuthi makasukume ngenze njani. Ngiyakwazi ukubona ukuthi nguye nje.
Do you want him to stand up?
You want him to stand up.
Nguwena ufuna ukuthi makasukume.
Mr. Kapula,
Sir,
don't be antagonistic. Just come down. There's nothing that you are going to lose by being open with this court. You say the gentleman had dreadlocks. Now I want you to tell this court, except for the fact that you were able to say, this is the person that I saw on January 2015. It is because of the dreadlocks. I said to you, what else? You spoke of his height. You spoke of the fact that you met him, which is not in dispute. I've asked you, what was his color? His skin complexion?
Sorry, Mr. Mnis. You're saying it's not in dispute. What is not in dispute?
The fact that he rented place at Mr. Kapula's
Hello?
place. The fact that he rented place at Mr. Kapula's place.
Oh, that's all. You are not admitting any other thing. You're just admitting that your client rented diggings from Mr. Kapula.
Yes, sir, that's not in dispute, my lord.
Okay. What is in dispute then?
He said the dreadlocks.
Is that in dispute? Put it to him.
No, my lord.
If it's in dispute, put it to him.
I am still explaining, my lord. He said dreadlocks.
Yes, that's what he said.
And then I requested him to explain. Dreadlocks, they come in all sorts of
he said
shapes,
they were hanging
patterns.
here and he thought there was wool. He's not certain, he's not an expert.
Yes. His color? What sort of skin
He's
complexion?
light-skinned.
Excuse me, my lord.
He said he's light-skinned.
Light-skinned.
Yes.
I thought that is what I did not get, my lord. I'm
Yes.
sorry about that. Then he said he was, if he says he was light-skinned, I've got no further question to him.
Okay.
Thank you, my lord.
Mina ngiyalalela phela la court.
I'm sorry, my lord. It's a beautiful Monday, my lord.
Thanks.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Mr. Ngumalo.
My lord, I have no questions to this witness. Thank you.
I have no questions, my lord.
Okay, real examination.
None, thank you, my lord.
Thanks. Mr. Kapula, it's a matter of interest. Where did you school? And it has got nothing to do with this case.
I was at Morris Isaacson High School.
Which years were there?
I was there definitely in 1976. I started in 73.
Okay, under Matabatene.
Yes, under Mataba.
Yeah, I can hear your diction.
I recognize a few of you.
Yes.
I also liked soccer.
Oh, well. That's irrelevant.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Yes, sir.
The court, please, my lord. The state calls the next witness is Ms. Kagiso Tefu. She's also not
Miss, Mr.
Miss. Yes, Ms.
Okay.
Kagiso Tefu.
Kagiso Tefu.
I'm sorry, it's witness number 99 on the list.
Hi, Mr. Mdisi, I hear his diction.
Excuse me, my lord.
Why do you laugh when I say I can hear Mr. Kapula's diction that he comes from a school? Not today. You know, the people are about to determine.
Yes, my lord. No, I know. Morris High School. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Orlando High, Kambule,
Yes.
Madivani High, Mr. Madivani Harry.
Just like Manzetu High School at Kwandebele, my lord.
That's it. Yeah,
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
They used to teach you how to speak English. We don't
Yes.
care today. Fine.
Yes, my lord.
It's not that it's important.
No, thank
but
you,
when
madam.
I'm listening to him, I could hear.
No, he
Yeah.
was very deep. He was very deep.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
The full name is
Where's Miss Stefo?
Kagiso
Kagiso.
Henny. Henny is Hanny, and Tefo is Tefu. And his witness number 99 on the list.
Number 99. Okay.
Yes. She'll soon be here, my lord.
Yeah. Yeah, swear the witness in.
Re bua eng Sotho English
Sepedi.
Sepedi wa Sotho Sotho
Yes.
okay she's Sepedi speaking, my lord. I'm not my diction is not that good in Pedi. O ka ba le bothata ba gore nke kana ya bua nnete.
Awa.
There is no objection in taking a prescribed oath from the witness, my lord. Ebe wa ikana gore botlatso tla botlisa ona yana e tla nna nnete yo yotlhe ka tlo se sengwe ga o le jalo pamisa le tsola right gore modimo nthuse ke bolele nnete.
Modimo nthusa ke bua nnete.
Oath taken, my lord.
Ms. Tefu, in January of 2015, where did you live?
January 2015 o no dula ko kae?
Ne ke dula ko Tsakane ko gae.
I was residing in Tsakani at my parental home. Tingang hlale Tsakani ngo January 2015 korela phana ekhaya kithi.
And at that stage, where did you work?
Kana ko no sebetsa ko kae?
The place, you don't need to identify the place. The exact name of the company, just the place. Where did you work?
Fela mono ka matsomang area o no sebetsa ko yona e seng company ya kana.
Go with meat.
I was working in Woodmead. Shooting ngisebenza eWoodmead ngaleso sikhathi.
And how did you get to your workplace at that stage?
O no tsamaya jwang go ya ko mmereko?
Be ke berekisa train le taxi.
I would commute on a train or a taxi. But ngihamba nge-taxi or nge-train.
Do you know any of the accused before this court?
Nkabe balatofadi ba mo court or ba accused ba ba le mo court o teng mo itseng?
Ke tseba o i-one.
I only know one of them. Tingazi omnye wabo nabamangalela bala enkantolo.
Which one?
Ke mofeng?
O apering jersey, is it green?
Wa buika go tloga kamo. The one who's wearing a jersey, I'm not sure.
Wamatom o tloga kam.
Amatomo. By
Oh,
five.
Liba.
Sorry,
Okay.
may you request the witness to point the person?
Oh,
Not the jersey.
Super moto ska super jersey, ne?
Okay, counting from Mugai.
Ke one.
Or number 3.
Oh, that is accused number 3.
What is his name?
We tell bitola hai.
Tim Tobis.
He is Mtobisi. Uthi igama lakhe uMtobisi.
Yes, Mtobisi who?
Ke Mtobisi mang? Surname ya hae?
Sure.
If you don't remember, it's fine.
Awusangaphopholi kulukile.
When did you meet accused number 3?
O ile wa tlhakana le accused number 3?
Ka first week ya January 2015. I think it was the 3rd. It was on a Saturday.
The 3rd.
Yes.
I met with the accused person first week of January. I should think it was the 3rd of January, and it was on a Saturday. Uthi ke ngahlangana naye ke ngeviki lokuqala lango January, kanti ngiyacabanga ke bekunge 3 zika January ngomgcibelo.
Can you explain to the court in your own words the circumstances under which you met him?
O ka tlhalosetsa khotla gore na o ile a kopana le yena ka tlasa maemo a jwang?
Be ke dutse le mokgotsi wa ka ko Rarabo ko Tsakane.
I was sitting together with my friend at her parental house in Tsakane. Uthi ngangihleli nomngani wami khona lapha eTsakane kubo.
Then rotshela koloi e nngwe e green ye khale ba drive.
Yeah, okay.
Be ba feta ka tsela on the main road.
Then there is a green vehicle that drove past at the main road. This is the vehicle that they were driving. Shuthi kwase kundlula ke leyo moto eyahlaza nje ngombala kanti ke imoto ababe shayela.
If you say the vehicle that they were driving in, who are you referring to?
Haore ke kole bane by driver o bua ka bomang ka pokamang.
Ka Mthobisi le bakgotsi ba gagwe.
I'm referring to Mtobisi together with his friends. Tike mangethi babeshayela leyo moto ngikhuluma ngaye uMtobisi nabangani bakhe.
Yes. Just for record purposes, if you can just refer to him as accused number 3.
Ya no go bua ka ena o re ke accused 3 ne?
Okay.
Understood.
Yes, you may proceed.
O ka ne wa tswela pele.
Then by ema ba re botša for direction.
They then stopped and asked us or inquired from us about the direction. Uthi base bayama khona lapha no ba misa ke imoto base bayabuza ke direction.
Then ba re botša ka sekolo se be se le around sa mo Tsakane mo extension 15 sekolo se ba reng ke re Shogofaditšwe.
And they inquired about a school in that vicinity right there in Tsakane extension 15, and the name of the school was Shogofaditšwe.
Yes.
Bese ke babuza ngaleso skolo esikhona khona lapho eTsakane extension 15 Shogofaditšwe.
Yes.
Okay, then ba feletša re dutše le bona ra hang around le bona.
We ended up hanging around with them. In other words, we were together with them in the same company. Kanti ke sagcina sesihleli nabo ke okanye besonke ke sinabo khona lapha.
Yes.
Okay, then re fetša ke ge re tsamaya ba re robeša nama.
Thereafter, we then left. They said that we were going to braai some meat.
Yes.
Bashe baya kusho lokho ukuthi ke masambe ke siyokosa inyama sasuka ke thina.
Yes. So what happened between you and and accused number 3?
Baitsa ka luena le accused number 3.
Accused number 3 then ke ga bontsha interest mo go nna. Like I'm free.
Then accused number 3 showed some interest on me. He proposed for a relationship. Mangalela ke wesithathu wase ebonisa ke ukungithanda kulapho ke wangishela ngamanye amazwi.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then ge re seno fetša go beša nama ra tsamaya le bona ra ya le bona go Joburg.
Now, after we had braaied the meat, we went together with them to Joburg. Emva kokuthi ke sosinyama sasihamba nabo ke ukuya eJoburg.
In other words, did a love relationship start between you and accused number 3?
Ka mantswe a mang la qala la ratana wena le accused number 3.
Yes.
Yes. Thiyabo sase siyaqala ukuthandana mina nommangalelwa wesithathu.
Yes, what happened further?
Ba etsagalang?
Then re re fihla ko Joburg ra ya ko phapong e nngwe.
Yes.
But ke gopole lebitso la yone.
When we got to Joburg, we went to a particular pub. I cannot recall its name.
Yes, it's fine. What happened during the course of your relationship? Did you perhaps look for accommodation together?
Ho ile ga etsagalang ha ntse le ratana jwalo e ka be go na le nako mo ile la le batla tulo ya lona le lefu.
Now tse ke tlhakana le ena be ntse ke nyaka pleke around ka mo Joburg go ba gaufi le mosebetsi.
At the time that I met with him, I was on the lookout for an accommodation in Joburg so that I can be closer to my place of work. Othi ngenkathi ngihlangana naye ke ngangiloko vele ngifuna indawo yokuhlala ukuze ngikwazi ukuthi ngibe seduze nasemsebenzini.
Yes.
Then it's best re nyake pleke lo re tla dula ka remove in ka be dira reng.
He then suggested that we better than look for a common place in which we are going to cohabit. Wasesho kanjalo ke ukuthi ngcono simane sifune indawo eyodwa la mina naye ke siyokwazi ukuhlala sonke khona.
Yes.
Then ke re batlana le pleke tse di few until re thola e be re dula mo yona ya ko Persimmon.
We were then searching around for a few properties until we eventually found a place in which we resided or that we moved into that was in Persimmon. Saloko sibheka ke endaweni ezihlukene ke ukuthi egcineni saze sathola ke le ndawo esigcine sesiya siyohlala kuyo sobabini ePersimmon.
When was that? When did this take place?
Ntwele ya etsagala neng?
Place specifically ikhumane ke yena then anjetsa gore re tle re ro bona landlord.
Now that particular place was found by him, and then he informed me that we should go and meet with the landlord. We should go and see the landlord of that place. Antike leyo ndawo yatholwa nguye. Yena umuntu wayithola emva kwalokho ke wasuyangitshela ukuthi kumele sambe ke siyobonana nomnini indawo.
Yes.
It was ka January aksa date mara ne le mo gare ga kgwedi.
I think it was in January during the course of the month. I cannot recall the date. Tike bekungo January phakathi kwenyanga. Angisakhumbuli ke i-date.
Yes. Which year?
2015.
2015. Sikhuluma ngalowo nyaka ke 2015.
Yes. You may proceed.
Ukathola phela?
Then ra bua le yena ra dumelana le landlord gore re tla re move in, I think it was the following day or 2 days after. There is no bolela le yena.
We then spoke to the landlord, and then we eventually agreed with the landlord that we'll move in a day or two after we had communicated with him. Sase ke sikhuluma naye ke lo mnini indawo savumelana khona ke ukuthi sizokwazi ukuthi singene ke kuleyo ndawo mhlambe ke usuku ngane amalanga amabini emva kokuthi sikhulume naye.
Do you remember who the landlord was?
Wa gopola gore na landlord ine le mang?
Yeah, ne le ntate Gapula.
It was Mr. Gapula. Uthi ke umnini indawo bekuyena ubaba uGapula.
The witness who has just stood down.
Baki efetsa ngotloa gona no.
Yes.
That is correct, yes. Uthi yebo lo fakazi osanda ukuphuma nje la eboxini.
Do you remember the address of this place in Persimmon? Persimmon Street?
Address ya pleke yona ko Persimmon Street.
I ke gopole number but ke gopola Persimmon lebitso la straat.
I do not remember the house number. I remember the street name, that it was Persimmon Street.
Do you remember the suburb?
Yes, nearly Julius.
Julius. It was Julius. It was Julius. Uthi ke angisakhumbuli ke inambolo yendlu kodwa ke bekukhona ngase Persimmon Street kanti ke indawo bekuse Julius.
Yes, which suburb?
Sababu ngefika.
I think Julius Kiona suburb.
I think Julius is the suburb.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then, Kadi 26,
What happened during your meeting with Mr. Kapula?
O ile ba etsa lang ha le kopana le ntate Kgapula.
Ntata Kgapula re mo jweditse gore ra e rata pleke ene ra e nka, ene re tlo move in.
We told Mr. Kgapula that we love the place and we are finalizing the fact that we will be moving into it. Manje ubaba Kgapula ke sase samtshela ukuthi sayithanda indawo futhi ke siya nquma ukuthi sizoyithatha ke leyo ndawo sizomove in.
Had you been to view the place already at that stage?
Lilela ya lo sheba pleke eukanako
Yes.
Yes.
So when did you go view the place?
Lela ya ning hule sheba tulo
A ke sa gopola gore ka date e feng.
I
But
can-
re dumelane le yena gore re tlo move in ge re yo view pleke.
I cannot recall the date though. The arrangement, or rather the agreement, was to the effect that we will be moving in at the time that we are going to view that particular place. Kanti ke angisakhumbuli date kahle kahle. Kodwa ke savumelana ukuthi ngenkathi sihamba thina siyobuka leyo ndawo kuzobe kuyisikhathi esizobe thina ke siyongena ngakuyo ke okanye ukuyongena kulo lelo gumbi.
Yes.
Then Kadi 26, nna be ke le mosebetsing, then 26th January. Yes, ne ke le mosebetsing, then accused number 3 a mover furniture ya gagwe mo ba dula ko teng. Yena le mokgotsi wa gagwe to go Persimmon.
On the 26th of January, I was at work. Then accused number 3, with the assistance of his friend, moved his stuff into the newly found accommodation. Mina ke nge-26 January ngangisemsebenzini. Umangalelwa ke wesithathu elekelelwa nguye umngani wakhe wathatha ke impahla zakhe wayoyifaka khona kuleyo ndawo ke sesiyitholile.
26 January of which year?
2015.
2015. I-26 zika January 2015 ebesemsebenzini ngazo.
Yes. You may proceed.
Ukathola phela.
Had you already viewed the place at that stage?
Kalabona sethoyibona. Yes. Thi yebo ngaleso sikhathi bese sengiyibonile indawo.
Now, when you went to view the place, what did you see at the place?
How no lo sheba tulo wile wabona eng?
Bailey room wheeling empty and other rooms be di na le batho.
It was an empty room while the other rooms were occupied. There were people that were occupying other rooms. Uthi ke lelo gumbi ke lalingena lutho ngaphakathi okanye bekungekho umuntu obehlala ngaphakathi kulo. Kanti ke amanye amagumbi ke abenabo abantu abebehlala ngaphakathi kuwona.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ukathola phela.
Then ge re seno fetsa re move in a se re duleng nako e telele, I think 2 weeks, then ke ge ba tla ba tla motshwara.
We hadn't spent much time residing at that place. Perhaps it could have been a 2 weeks period of our residence at that place. Then they came to arrest him. Besingakaqedi nendawo okanye isikhathi esiningi sihlala khona laphana kule ndawo. Kanti ke mhlambe isikhathi esingenza nje amaviki awu2 base beyeza ke bezombopha.
Yes. The agreement to rent the place, to lease the place, between which parties was that agreement?
Tumelano ya go renta tulo eno ene le mahareng a mang le mang.
It was Bailey magareng ga accused number 3 le landlord.
It was between accused number 3 and the landlord. Tike isivumelwano sokuthi kuqashwe lelo gumbi kwaba isivumelano esenziwayo phakathi kaMangalela wesithathu no landlord okanye ke umnini indawo.
And who paid the rental?
Kima napatala rente.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3, Mangalela wesithathu uyena obekhokhela rent.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ukatso lapele.
So, kitjole pele mo.
Yes, you say on the 26th of January 2015, accused number 3 moved his furniture to the place with the assistance of his friends. You were at work. What happened further?
Baitsahalang he kamera mono akere ba o ila thuswa ke tshontsha hae. Accused number 3 go kenya diphahlo tsa hae ka mola. Baitsahalang akere wena no le ko merekong ka nako eo.
Yes.
Ukatso lapele he.
Then re ke boya le nna ke re ke thoma o dula mo then ka tlisa diaparo tsa ka ganyane ganyane.
When I came back from work, that's when I started residing there, and I gradually brought my items or my furniture as well. Kanti ke nami mase ngiqhamuka ke emsebenzini kwaba ukuthi sengiyaqala ukuthi ngiyohlala khona kuleyo ndawo. Kancane kancane ngaloko ngifaka impahla yami khona laphana kuleyo ndawo esihlala kuyo.
Diaparo.
Oh, in particular clothing items, not furniture as such. Thank you, ma'am. Uthi ke impahla kahle kahle hayi impahla zokugcoka hayi ifurnish.
Now, was there a reason why accused number 3 moved in on the 26th of January 2015?
Lebaka ne le teng la gore why a ile a kena ka di 26 ja January 2015?
No, re sena lebaka.
No, there wasn't any reason. Uthi cha isizathu sasingekho ukuthi lona uMangalela wesithathu angene khona kulelo gumbi nge 26 zika January 2015.
Did he pay rental for January 2015?
Wila patala rente ya January 2015?
Yes, umpuditse so yena gore o ipatetse.
Yes, that's what he told me, that he had paid. Yebo wangitshela kanjalo ukuthi uyibhadele irent yango January 2015.
And say after 2 weeks he was arrested. Can you tell the court about this occasion of his arrest?
Ore kamera 2 weeks ke ha batla mo tshwaro ka jwetsa court he ka ntho eo ya go tshwarwa ga gae.
On which date was it, more or less?
Ene ka baka letsatsi le feng ha ba ne batla mo tshwara?
Ga ke nagana e be le di 9 tsa February 2015.
If I have to think of it, it could have been the 9th of February 2015. Uthi mangicabanga ngakho unokwenza ukuthi kwaba yi9 zika February 2015.
Yes, the time?
Ene ka baka bona koma so.
Maybe the afternoon, maybe 4 or 5.
I think it was in the afternoon, perhaps 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Uthi kwaba ingathi zabo 4 kuya ku 5 o'clock nje ntambama.
Yes, what happened?
Ke be ke boa mmerekong,
I was coming from work, ngangicamile emsebenzini.
then ka mfounela ka mmotsa gore a nkemele mo bus stop ke tshwere plastic.
Then I phone called him and I asked him to wait for me at the bus stop because I am having some plastic or packages with me. Kanti ke ngamtshela ke ukuthi makangilinde khona lapha yana ngoba ngangicamile emsebenzini bus stop ngangiphethe ama plastic mina.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then ga ke fitla ka taxi ka khumana a nkemetse.
Upon my arrival at the spot, I found him waiting for me, and I had been traveling with a taxi. Kanti ke mina ngithe mangifika khona lapha yana ke ngoba ngihamba ngetaxi ngase ngimthola khona lapha yana ngilindile.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ga ke followa a ntshwarisha plastic A1 because na go beetse mo letsogong le leng.
When I alighted, he took one plastic package from me because it appears he had sustained an injury on one arm.
Then ra tsamaya ra leba mo be re dula 2nd Street from mo fulogileng taxi on.
Then we proceeded to where we resided. In fact, we were residing the 2nd Street from the spot where I alighted the taxi, waseke uthatha iplastic elilodwa ngoba kwangathi ube limele kwesinye isandla sahamba ke sasihlala esitratweni sesi2 ukusuka khona lapho la ngihlike khona itekisi.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then just before fitla mo gating ke re go tswela koloi e nngwe e red fast ya mapodisa.
And then just before we got to the gate, then appeared a red vehicle that was driving at a high speed, and that was the police vehicle. Kanti ke angokuba ke sizofika khona lapha egate kwase kuvela ke imoto nje bomvu eyamaphoyisa ehamba nje ngejubane liphezulu.
Yeah, then ya fitla break mo gore na fast then ba tswa ka di-two.
And they came and suddenly brake to where we were, and also quickly alighted that vehicle. And they were carrying firearms with them. Kanti ke bathi ke mabafika lapho ke base bayayibreak imoto basheshe baphuma kuleyo moto amaphoyisa ayephethe ibhamu azobreaka khona la ngithini.
Then ke re ba itswa ba mshupa ka dithunya.
They alighted the vehicle and they pointed him with the firearms. Base bayaphuma ke emotweni bamkhomba ngebhamu.
Then le nna ba re ke nna ke try go move, then ba re le nna ke emegana mo ke be plastic fast.
And I was trying to move from there, and they said that I should stand right there and put the plastics down or the packages down. Kanti ke la nami ngazama ke ukuthi mangithi ukuhlehla bathi yima khona lapho ubeke lama plastic phansi.
Then ke re ba motsa gore a robale mo fast, then ba thoma ba msearch.
And they instructed him to lie down, and they started searching him. Base ke bayamtshela ukuthi makalale phansi baqala ke bamsesha emva kwalokho.
Then ne ba le 3, 2 guys le 1 lady.
There were 3 of them, my police.
Yes.
There were 3 of them, 2 males and 1 female, and I'm referring to the police officers. Othi bebo 3, lamaphoyisa bo 3, beku ngabalisa babini nomuntu oyedwa nje wesimame.
Then one me ampulela aside, ampilesa aside.
Now, one of those police officers, that is a female police officer, then he pulled me aside. Ganti ke lo wesimame phoyisa lesimame wase ke uyangidonsa wangidonsela nje eceleni.
Then anjweza gore mutho khale ba mmatlela mutho amolaile.
As the court pleases, yes, the female police officer pulled you aside and explained the reason for the arrest. Is that correct?
I'll pulela ka mothuko I'll jwetsa gore why bana ba tshwara accused.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
Uthi yebo wangidonsela nje eceleni wase unginikeza isizathu sokuthi ngani bebopha lona ummangalelwa.
Yes, what happened?
Ha bua le nna mo sighting, the other 2 officers khale ba le busy le accused number 3.
Now, while she was busy having that conversation with me aside, the other 2 police officers were busy with the accused person. Kanti ke ngaleso sikhathi ke uma engidonsela eceleni ekhuluma nami leli phoyisa lesimame laba babini abanye amaphoyisa abeloko ke bhekene nommangalelwa lapho.
Yes.
Then ke re ba mo faka dihaka.
That is when they handcuffed him. Bakalokho ke bamfaka ozamkhosi.
Then ke re ba re bitsa nna le the female police officer gore re tle mo bona.
Owamme abawubitsa.
No. Ba itu ba banna ke re ba re bitsa gore re.
Wena le female. Okay. Now the 2 other police officers, the male police officers, then called us. That is myself and that female police officer. Kanti lamaphoyisa lawa wesilisa ke abese bayangibiza basibiza ngamanye amazwi babiza mina nalela phoyisa lesimame.
Yes.
Then ke nagana ka nako gore be shitse ba bontshitse gore re dula mo kae a ba bontse because be re le mo gausi le gate ya moteng.
I should think at the time he had already pointed out our place of residence because we went far from the gate of the place of residence. Ngicabanga ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi ke wayesesibabonisile la sihlala khona ngoba ke sasingekho kude ke negate la sihlala khona.
Then ke re ba gopela gore re bule.
And then they requested that we open up. kanti ke base bayasicela ukuthi masivule.
then ra bula ra tsena ka mogare then ba re botsisa room ya rena.
We then labula gate ka mantswana.
Yes.
We then opened the gate and walked into the property, and they said that we should show them our room. Kanti ke bese bathi kithi na masivuli gate, savuli gate, masingaphakathi bathi masibabonise igumbi lethu la sihlala khona.
If you say we, who are you referring to?
Ha re ba le bontshe o bua ka mang le mang?
Ka nna le accused number 3.
I'm referring to myself and accused number 3. Othi ke uma ngithi bathi masi ngamanye amazwi ngikhuluma ngami nommangalelwa wesithathu.
Do you remember who opened the gate?
Wa gopola ke mangale ngabula gate?
O ka re e butse ke nna because be ba mo hakile.
I'm the one that opened it.
Yes.
Even though there was a bit of uncertainty there, but she says I'm the one that opened it because the accused had already been handcuffed. Uthi ke imina owavula leyo gate nanoma ke ecaleni bebonisa ngazuthi akana siqiniseko uthi ke imina owavula igate ngoba yena ke ubefakwe ozankosi umangalelo wesithathu.
And who showed the police the room in which you were staying?
Lila bontsha mapodisa room le dulang ka mogare go yona.
Yeah, who showed?
Oh ke mang ila bontsha mapodisa room le dulang ko yona.
Ke na ba bontshitseng yona.
He is the one that showed the police the room that we are living in. Kanti ke uyena ke owabonisa amaphoyisa igumbi leli sihlala kulo.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ukatso la pele.
Then ba mo gopela gore a bule.
And they asked him to open. Base ke bayamcela ukuthi makavule.
Yes.
I think le yona e butse ke nna ke sa gopola ga botse but I think e butse ke nna.
I think even that one as well was opened by myself. I cannot recall clearly though, but I think I'm the one that opened that one because he was still handcuffed. Uthi ke nale logumbi ke mangicabanga kahle mina owalivula ngoba ke ube safakwe ozamkosi ngaleso sikhathi.
Yes.
Then bathoma ba search a room.
And they started searching the room or searching around in the room. Kanti ke base bayaqala ke ukusearcha ngase gumbini lelo.
Where was the accused and where were you at that stage when the police searched the room?
Ha ba searcha ka mo room wena umokai accused no mokai.
Nna ga le ke me ka montle le the other lady or police officer and bona ba le 2 police officers le accused le ba le ka mo.
Myself and that female police officer were standing outside, whereas the 2 police officers together with the accused person were inside of the room. So there were 3 of them inside of the room. Uthi ke mina ke nale phoyisa lesimame bese ngaphandle bebo 3 ngaphakathi ke laba banye ushuthi ummangalelwa nalamaphoyisa amabili.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then kire one wa mapodisa kire a re uthetse sethunya mo godimo ga o job.
That is when one of the police officers said that he found a firearm on top of the wardrobe. Kwabe ke kulapho ke sekhuluma ke omnye wamaphoyisa ukuthi yena uthola isibhamu phezu kwe wardrobe.
Yes.
Then kire a gopela the lady wa lepodisa o galane le nna gore a late I think the exhibit bag ko koloing.
That is when he asked that female police officer that was with me outside and said that she must go and fetch the, I should think it is the forensic bags from the vehicle. Waseke omnye wabo ke ucela ke lo wesimame iphoyisa lesimame ukuthi makaye lapha nemotweni alethe ke lama plasticana lawa bamba ingxenye zobufakazi ama exhibit bag okanye ama forensic bags.
Yes.
Then balokela ba just thunya sela before ba slokela ba butša gore ra se ba thunya se ba re butša re ba babedi. Then nakara ke se then ena khumol.
Now they took that firearm and put it in the bag, but before they could put it in there they asked us, do we know this firearm? Personally, I replied by saying, I don't know this firearm. And then the accused person didn't reply. He kept quiet. Anbokuthi ke bazofaka lesi sibhamu ngaphakathi kwaleyo exhibit bag okanye leyo forensic bag. Base ke bayasibuza ukuthi siyasazi yini lesi sibhamu. Mina ngaphendula ukuthi angisazi lesi sibhamu. Umangalelo wesithathu wayithulela nje kuphela wangaphendula.
Yes.
Okay.
Then bari okay then release her lili ka go bedi aleng.
And they then said, well, that's fine then, we are going to arrest both of you. Base besho kanjalo ke, shuthi ke makunjalo ke sonibopha nobabili.
Yes.
Then kere are no wo motlogele ngatse ke selo.
That's when he
accused.
said, that's when he said that this one doesn't know anything, and he was referring to me, and I'm referring to the accused person. He's the one that uttered those words. Leave this one alone, referring to me, because she doesn't know anything about this. Mangalelo wesithathu wasesho kanjalo ukuthi lona ke akenimiyekeleni ngoba phela ke akazi lutho ngaleso sikhathi ubekhuluma ngani umangalela wesithathu.
Yes.
Then kere ba mtjia ba tsamaya.
They took him with him. Basike bayamthatha bahamba naye.
Now, you mentioned that the firearm was found on top of the wardrobe. To whom does that wardrobe belong?
Ore hwele kwatholakala sithunya ka magodimo ga wardrobe ke wardrobe ya mang eo. Ene le wardrobe ya mang.
Ke accused number 3. Furniture bele ka mogare ka fela ne le accused number 3.
That wardrobe belonged to accused number 3. In fact, the entire furniture items that were inside of the room belonged to accused number 3. Uthi leyo wardrobe bekuyi wardrobe kamangalelo wesithathu. Kahle kahle ke I furniture yonke eyayikhona ngakulelo gumbi I furniture kamangalelo wesithathu.
Now, except for the firearm, do you know if they found anything else?
Kantlele sithunya wa itse gore mhlomo go na le gongwe ba o thotseng ka mo ba o kwaditseng ka mo.
Ba khumane le box mara ke tsebe re be le na leng ka mogare.
They found a box. There's a demonstration next to me here with the hands of the witness. They found a box. And she continues to say that I don't know what was contained in that box. Utike bathola ke ibhokisi uyenza nangesandla kodwa izandla kanti ke uthi angazi ukuthi kwatholakala ini ngaphakathi kwalelo bhokisi.
Yes. Did you see what else? You say the female police officer fetched the exhibit bags. Did you see what they put in those bags?
Or le female police officer will lata the exhibit bags. Will have another available Kenya in the exhibit bag itself. The item that I could recall or that I had witnessed them putting it inside of the bag was a firearm. Oti into engiyikhumbulayo engengayibona bayifaka ngakuleyo exhibit bag bekuyisibhamu.
Do you know if accused number 3 had a cell phone at that stage?
Unotse ba re kana go accused number 3 una na le cell phone.
Cell phone ye ba e berekisa. Mo go yena or uba owner.
Is it in his possession or was
Yes.
he owning a cell phone?
Yes. Did he have a cell phone in his possession on the day?
Oh yeah, mo go yena na na le cell phone mo go yena.
Yes, ye khale ke bua le yena ke mmotsa gore ankemela.
Yes, he was in possession of the cell phone. The one that I communicated with him through at the time that I was saying that he must wait for me at a particular spot. Yebo, ube nayo kuyena I cell phone. Le esasiyisebenzisa ukuthi mina ngikhulumisane naye ke ukumcela ukuthi angilinde kuphi kuphi.
Did you see what happened to the cell phone on his arrest?
O ile wa bona go ile go etsagalang ka cell phone ha bana ba mo tshwara?
No.
I did not see. Tika zange ngibona ukuthi kwenzakalani ngaleyo cell phone mabambopha.
Yes, you may proceed. He was arrested. What happened further?
Wile aswara wa etsagalang ka morago ga moo.
Then after, I think majaji, kere maphodisa e tla go tsa ka na tonka statement.
I should think after a few days, the police then came to get the statement from me. Emva kwey'nsuku nje ezimbalwa amaphoyisa-ke ase eza khona laphana ukuzothatha i-statement, and the witness had indicated that they came to Tsakani to fetch the statement or to get the statement. Uthi amaphoyisa eza khona laphana eTsakani ukuzothatha i-statement.
Yes, did he continue living in that room after the arrest of accused number 3?
Wile wa tswela pele go dula ka gona ka mo roomong eno ka morago ba go tshwara accused number 3.
Kile ka tswela pele ka dula ka gare ga yona.
Yes, I continue to reside in that room. Yebo ngaqhubeka ukuhlala ngakuleyo room emva kokuthi umangalelwa wesithathu aboshwe.
Yes, for how long?
Wadulana kwekaye.
Ke dutse, I think go fihla ka November or December.
I stayed there, I should think up to November or December. Uthi ngahlala lapho kwaze kwashaya uNovember okanye uDecember.
Yes, and who was servicing the rental?
Ke mangane ngaphatala rente.
Ga le patela ke nna.
I'm the one that was paying for the rental. Thi mina ke umuntu obebhatala irent khona lapha yana.
Is it all, or do you want to add anything else?
Ebe ke tsohle ka bona lo sa tsang ba tla bua le wena. Ke sa o botsang tsona.
Ke tsotlhe.
That would be all. Thi yiko konke.
Do you remember how accused number 3 appeared at that stage?
Wa gopola gore accused number 3 ona lebega jwang kana go eo. Ka bua ka image ya gagwe. Yes, I remember. Thi yabo ngiyakhumbula ukuthi umangalelo wesithathu ubebukeka kanjani ngaleso sikhathi.
Yes.
Ona lebega ya.
Mo matlhong miriri o
On the face, hair, what are we referring to?
The hair in particular.
Holo meriri.
o ba ne le dreadlocks a di logile.
He had braided dreadlocks. Tige o bena ma dreadlocks e wa qinile.
We just want to show you a few pictures as per Exhibit S. You know, the download, there is a download of the accused phone. The exhibit is rather in front.
Okay.
Photo number 9 of Exhibit S.
Why don't you pin it on the screen? Because the accused don't see through wood. What's the time, Mr. Aloy?
As it's 20 to 12, but
Oh, I'm
20
ready
to
now.
12, yes, we can continue. Do you recognize the person on that photo?
wa mo gopola motho o mmona mo snapeng seo?
ga bonagale gabotse but ke bona meriri.
This is not clear, but I can see the picture is not clear, but I can see the hair.
Yes, you can also look at the screen, which has got better image.
a se bonagale gabotse.
It is blurry.
Ke bonagala
It's
okare
not
ke
clear.
ena.
Yes, photo
But
10.
it does look like it is him.
Photo 10.
Say so now. Photo 10.
Ke ena wa sekipa sa di-stripes.
He is the one with the striped t-shirt. Uthi-ke uyena lo weslipper nje engathi sinama stripes lapho.
Photo 11.
11.
Ke ena.
That's him over there. Uthi uye.
Photo 12.
Photo 12.
Ke ena.
It is him. Uthi uye. Naku photo 12.
Photo 13.
Le mo ke ena.
Even right there, it is him.
You did mention in your evidence that he was injured
O ile wa bua hore o na a limetse.
on one of his arms.
Ke tshabana le ena.
Yes. At the time that I met with him, uthi yebo, ngenkathi ngangihlangana naye ke ubelimele engalweni.
Photo 15.
Ke ena ka
The previous one. Yes, that one.
Photo number, what is this?
It's photo 15.
Photo 15. Again,
ke ena wa sekipa sa di-stripes a tshegang.
he is the one that is depicted in the picture with a striped t-shirt, the one that is laughing there or smiling. Uthi-ke nguye lona kulesi sithombe number 15. La-ke engathi uyahleka nje khona laphana efake lesi skipper esinama stripe.
Yes, next photo. 17.
17.
Ke ena wa apereng diaparo tse brown ke ipotsa.
He is the one that is wearing brownish clothing there. Tige nguye lo ofake impahla ezi-brown kulesi sithombe.
And next photo 18.
No, I think it's even.
No, this one I don't know him.
Yes.
Cha ku photo 18 lona ngimazi.
Photo 19.
Nasi ena.
That's not him. La ku photo number 19 akusuye lo.
And this photo number 20.
La ku mona ko 20.
A ono ke mo tsebang.
None of the people are known to me on that one as well. Uthi kulaba bavele lapho akekho engimaziyo.
21.
Ke ena.
This
Is this 21?
is 22.
Moko 22.
Ke ena wa sekipa sa di-stripes.
He is the one with the striped t-shirt.
And the other person with him, do you know that person?
O mongwe o na le yena wa mo tseba yena.
Yeah, ke mokgotsi wa gagwe wa a mo thusitseng go mover in dilo.
That is his friend who assisted him to move into to move his furniture into the room.
Do you know his name?
O itse lebitso la gae
Ke Mapongo.
Maphongo. Uthi nguye lo umngane wakho wamlekelela ukuthi makafake into zakhe khona laphana endaweni lesiyohlala kuyo. uMaphongo igama lakhe.
Next photo number 23.
Ke ena le mokgotsi wa gagwe.
It is accused number 3 together with his friend there. Uthi nguye nomngane wakhe kuleso sithombe.
Yes, his friend being Do you know the friend's name?
Yeah, ba mbitsa ba Mapungu.
Mapongo.
Mapungu. Yes.
They used to call him Mabungo. Mabungo, yes.
Yes, next
Ke
photo,
babembiza
24.
Mabungo, umngani kaMangalo wesithathu.
Ke nagana ke wa Prince ke ba sa di-stripes.
I think he's the one that is wearing a striped t-shirt there on that picture. Ngicabanga ukuthi nguye lona ofake skipper lesi lama stripes.
Photo 25.
Sorry, what number of photo is that now?
That's photo 24.
Oh,
Photo 25.
Okay, number 25.
No, I think.
He's not here on photo number 25. Utageko kule sithombe lesana u25,
26.
26.
Ga ke mmone gabotse mara ke bona ka re ke wa apering setoko se se black.
I don't see that picture clearly, but I think it may be that one that is wearing a black beanie or hat.
And
Nje angiboni kahle kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi ngihamba uyena lo ufake isigqoko esimnyama la kulesi sithombe.
27.
A bonagala gabotse.
That one is not clear. It's not clearly depicted.
28.
Lona akabonakali kahle ke. Wakhona bona mo 28.
A ke se bone gabotse, a ke ba bone gabotse.
Next one,
The
29.
depiction is not clear. The people are not clearly depicted there. 29.
Le mo ke mo apere ke ba sa di-stripes le ge le ra bonagala gabotse.
It could be the one that is wearing a striped t-shirt, even though it is not clearly depicted there.
30.
Kunokwenza ukuthi uyena lo ufake lesi skipper nje sesinama stripes noma ke ngicamile kahle.
Le gona mo a bonagala gabotse mara ke bona mo la ka skipa same t-shirt ya.
Even this one is not clearly depicted. He is not clearly depicted there, but I can identify him with a striped t-shirt. Uthi nakulesi sithombe ke akagqamile kahle kodwa ke ngibona ngale lokho nje lesi skipper lesi sinama stripe.
31.
31.
Le mo ke mo apere skipa sa di-stripes.
He is wearing a striped t-shirt. Uthi yebo. Lana ke ufake sona leso skipper sama stripe.
32.
A ke mo tsebe mo gore ke mang.
I don't know who that person on that picture is.
33.
A ke tsebe taxi.
I don't know that taxi as well.
34.
34.
Mo le gona ba bonagala gabotse.
They are not clearly depicted on 34 as well.
35.
35.
Ke ena o a le mo gare ka di-dreadlocks.
At the center of that collage is the one with the dreadlocks.
Yes, 36.
36.
A ke bone senepe ka moo.
I can't see that. Okay.
Ke ena o wa di-dreadlocks.
He is the one with the dreadlocks on this picture. Picture 36.
37. Do you perhaps
37.
know the firearm?
What's I don't know that firearm. Sela.
38.
A ke di tsebe le tsona.
Even those firearms, I don't know them.
A ke di tsebe.
I don't know those firearms.
A ke di tsebe le tsona.
I don't know those items there.
A ke di
41.
tsebe.
I also don't know those as well.
42.
42.
Ke ena.
That's him on that picture. 42.
43.
43.
A ke tsebe taxi.
I don't know this taxi.
44.
44.
A o no ke mo tsebang mo dinepeng tse.
None of the people are known to me on that picture.
45.
45.
A o no le o ke mo tsebang.
None of the people are known to me on that one as well.
46.
Ke ena o apereng sekipa sa di-stripe ka ntle.
Is the one that is wearing a striped t-shirt on the right-hand side of the picture,
47.
47.
Mo le ena ke yone a apereng diaparo tse di-brown.
This is him wearing those brownish clothing items,
And 48.
48.
Le mo ke ena ka diaparo tse brown.
Even on that one, the depicted person there is the accused with the brownish items.
49.
Ke di tsebe.
I don't know those items there.
Thank you. Did you see? So thank you. That is all. As far as the pictures are concerned, did you see this firearm that the police found on top of the wardrobe?
Mile ba se bona sethunya se e leng gore mapolesa la se fumana godimo ga wardrobe.
Yes, ba ile ba re bontsha sone nako tse ba re botsiša.
Yes, they showed it to us at the time that they were asking us about it.
Are you able to describe it?
O ka kgona gore o re fe setshwantsho sa sona gore sethunya se ne se shebagala bjang.
Ne se le black but ne le sekana.
It was black in color, and that was the size of it. Ako Peter Harper size.
Se sekana be se se sebolo.
It wasn't really that big. Say about 20 centimeters to 25 centimeters. Black in color.
Thank you, my lord. That will be all.
Uyakusho ke uthi leso sifamo ke bese mnyama ke uyakwazi ukubonisa ukuthi sasingaka into engenza mhlawumbe ama 20 centimeters kanjalo.
Thank you. That is all.
What's your time, there, sir?
It should be around
9 minutes before.
9 minutes to 12.
How long do you need for consultation, Mr. Nisi?
I think we need to take a second instruction, my lord. May I
Yeah,
request in that
just-
sense? Yes.
Okay, that's 15 to 20 minutes.
basically, Mr. Mlube does not have questions to the witness. However, he requested me one thing. I don't know if it will be in order for me to say it that, as it pleases the court. Thank you.
If you ask permission to say something from me, it means it's wrong.
As it pleases the court. Thank you.
My lord, I have no cross-examination
Okay,
to
yes.
the witness. Thank you.
Come on.
I have no cross-examination to the witness. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. I've got no questions, my lord.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, no re-examination, I take it.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, ma'am.
We, through the two witnesses that we scheduled for today, we'll be calling the pathologist tomorrow, my lord. Can we then adjourn until tomorrow?
Oh, you thought it would be a long session?
Yes.
Some councils are smiling. Okay, so we adjourn until tomorrow then, 10 o'clock.
Yes.